What's good, everyone? My name is Alex THV. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you're returning, today I'm going to be reacting to something that was requested of me a long time ago called Akala Fire in the Booth Part 1. If this is anything like the previous rap reaction videos that I've done, I'm going to be pausing the video a lot. And then also, today there happens to be a fly in my room, so if there's me spazzing out, then you know why. Here we go.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yo, okay, yo, I like you. You're like a tiger.
Yes, I grew up on a dole in a single parent family. Been through a little bit of tragedy. Yes, I was around drugs and violence before the day that I started secondary.
Okay, so he lived basically, if not in poverty, then damn near close to it. Single parent. Raising is pretty hard, as we all know.
That's part of it, not half of it. Get the picture, the rest ain't necessary. Growing up, got a little caught up. That ain't even half of my life. Also given the knowledge of self, that is all we actually need to survive.
True. Knowledge of self is something that we need to survive. I like this guy already. Like I said, I'm going to be pausing it a lot, and I'm not sorry.
If you saw me, age 9, reading Malcolm, just fine.
Reading Malcolm X. Okay, I know this guy's a UK rapper, so there is a bit of, I almost want to say transliteration between the two, but that's not the right word. There is a bit of crossover between the two countries in terms of, apparently, accessibility to Malcolm X, which is a good thing.
Teachers still treated me stupid. Students that couldn't speak English, they put me in groups with. The irony is, some of the first man to give me schooling, you were called gangsters. I already explained that we know what the truth is. They used to say, don't be like me. Yeah, I got a name and don't on the street. Nighttime comes, I can't sleep.
I studied sociology, so I know that how basically the gang family works, and I call it a family because they operate almost in some instances as a familial unit. So I find it interesting how it's the same type of dynamic here in the US with the gangsters as it is in the UK. I guess gangsterism is something that crosses boundaries and borders. So let's see how this goes.
We don't hit the road cause we're thugs. Don't come out the room wanna sell drugs. If we got the right guidance and love, would we find people just like us? How could I knock the hustle to get by? How do you think I ate as a child? Judge no one, done many things wrong. Just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just as confused as you probably are, but you grow when you learn. Travel on cut, one too many man, you know, get caught. One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up. You learn.
End up spending their whole life boxed up. I like that line. That is actually quite true. Some people who are brilliant and have a lot of potential end up being sucked into the negative cycle of basically jail time. And once they get locked in the system, they can't get out. They don't believe that they can get out, so the cycle perpetuates. And bye-bye potential, I guess.
So set out just to make them money. No cover. It's all about getting poor people to fight with one another, so it's logical that us killing our brother.
Poor people to fight with one another. Again, at least in the US, that's for damn certain, given our current president. I'm not going to say anything on that. If you know how to read inference, then I just told you a lot. But yeah, no, that's how the ruling class works. They get the poor people to fight against one another, to scare the shit out of the middle class, and then they run away with all the money. And that was a paraphrase from Carlin, who is quite accurate on that aspect of at least economic life here in the US, and I'm assuming the UK too.
This in our mothers is right in line with the dominant philosophy of our time, but time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around, you regain your mind, you be ready for the energy I challenge in my rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy of mind when the world is leverage is a crime. We can all fight with our brothers over crime.
When the world is blank, living in his crime. Yeah, we can see that with DACA, apparently. And it's rescinded. It being rescinded, sorry.
If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself, and don't get confused.
Money is a tool to get wealth, not wealth itself. That's also true that's a more philosophical perspective, and I enjoy it.
Far from broke, all that you see me do I own, but I won't hang what I make around my neck. I know from where that the diamonds came, but I do literally own a library that definitely costs more than your chain. And businesses and property, far from starving, I eat quite properly, and I don't care, just said it for the kids who need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know an asset from a liability, they've never been shown or told the difference. So
asset from a liability. That's true. That's another glaring problem in the educational system. We don't know anything about finances until college, and by then it could be too late for some people, and they have to learn the hard way what financial stability is and how to actually use and keep your money and save it and do all that. Basically, adult life. Um, I'm not going to get into that. That's a different video, but everybody who knows knows.
They don't change situation. Richest man in Britain is Asian. That's significant. Not coincidence. Asian people build businesses not by flossing, going out shopping, giving up the culture for everyone's profit. Who runs Bollywood? Indian people. Who runs our ish? So we shake our ass and dance as if racism just upped and vanished. But has it? No, it's right on course. You're beaten so bad you're trained to ignore. Let me know.
Drink to ignore it. That's also true. Again, in the U.S., there's a ton of racial upheaval going on right now. My personal philosophy could be expounded upon in a different video, but yes, it is a thing, and yes, people do ignore it, especially the white apologists, which personally infuriates me, but that's not the point.
Not just make sweeping statements. Give me a second, I'll explain it. For small amounts of drug possession, there's more black people in jail in America than there is for rape and armed robbery and murder all put together. You can say they're just locking up tub.
True. Okay, I'm not quite sure if that statement is true, but it certainly sounds like it could be, just off of face value. I would have to look up the statistics on that and make sure that if he was saying is true, but I'm not quite sure. I know that there's a disproportionate amount of like arrests and jail time for people who have weed, and I personally believe weed is harmless, so I'm not for that kind of thing. But again, when it comes to like violent inmates, I'd have to look up the statistics. But again, on face value, that could be true. That could be true. I'm not quite sure.
Imagine in prison every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that. What is going on with this?
That's also true. The lower tier economic status of people is used to basically associate drug abuse, and that's not quite true. I think that's very much an outdated perspective. Like, if you're poor or if you're destitute, then you'll automatically turn to drugs. That's not the truth for very many people, but it's the stereotype that helps perpetuate disproportionate amounts of people who are poor being arrested for either suspected or, I guess, in actuality, they do abuse drugs, but the levels comparative to any other sector of society, I'm not quite sure on that either.
In America's private business to get paid 50k per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legally are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate going to jail, we are literally celebrating enslavement. Add to that the hood that you live.
True, that has to do with the cycle that I mentioned earlier, albeit for a brief second there.
Engineered social condition that breeds crime by design. Where do you think you get your? And you can say that they're just black, but I like to deal with
engineered by social design. Yeah, that's true.
facts. In the 1920s, you would have found in America black towns, prospering centers of economics to education to make you proud. But some people couldn't bear that the former slaves would not just slide down to the KKK and other hate groups. Burn those towns to the ground, killing hundreds if it ain't understood. You think you were always living in the hood? It's only been 60 years since the hung black.
That's true. Unfortunately.
So cool. They were your baskets, picnic baskets, even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching. Have a picnic, it's fun to watch the little monkeys die. And people act a little dysfunctional. You wanna pretend that you don't know why. If your color means you can be killed.
Not quite sure how accurate that is, but I mean, with the ridiculous amounts of racism that was present and actually open in the past, it could have been. I'm hoping that it's not, but given especially the US's history,
And you're powerless to get justice about it. Is it difficult to figure out how you would then end up feeling about it? And that ain't excuses, just dealing with the roots of abuses that make a reality. We're a generation of young men speak of ourselves as dirt casually. That's America, this Britain. Something similar, some different. In this country, the first enslaved were the working class. What's changed? What's jobs?
the first enslaved were the working class. Yeah, like I said, the rich get away with all the fucking money, and they use the middle class to justify that, I guess.
conditions.
It's fucking bullshit. Now my video is probably gonna get flagged and demonetized.
Won't fight with a guy shooting a tight who send your kids to die in a war. They don't send the kids to the rich or the politician. It's your kids, the poor British, the same to go and die in.
Again, the current president of the United States was a draft dodger. He didn't get to go to war, but he openly criticizes war veterans all the time, and it's freaking stupid. Again, the middle and poorer classes, some are conditioned to believe that the military and other service-based options like that are the only thing that they can have, that the only thing that they can do to get out of their current situation, which for some it's true, but I mean, again, it's just an outdated perspective.
Foreign land, for these wars that you don't understand. Yeah, they say you are British, and that lovely patriotism they feed you. But in reality, you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders. I know, both sides of my family.
That's true.
Black and white, a fed ghetto mentality, reality in this system. Poor people are dirt regardless of shade. But with that said, let's not pretend that everything is the same. When our grandparents came here to Britain, if you had a criminal record, you couldn't get in. That ain't protected from all of the stupid abuses they will be living. Kicked in the teeth, stabbed in the street, many times firebombed our houses. Put feces through our letterbox, and of course the cops did so much about it. Daily,
Yeah.
to the 80s, people.
Again, the cops are another point of contention in the US society. I'm not quite sure how much of it is in the UK society, but if they're anything alike, then it's an issue.
Spitting in my palm because I was a baby. But of course, that has had no effect on why today we are crazy. And none of this was for any good reason. They were just dark and grieving to ease the guilt now for all of this treatment. Constant stereotypes are needed. So if I celebrate how big that I'm hitting, bricks that are flipping, flips that are sticking, chicks that I'm hitting, I'm playing my position. But if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison, prison for profit. That mean when your kids go jail,
Yep,
people make money off it. So
private prisons are a thing, and they do have a monopoly on the market. They believe in a very I'm just going to be talking about outdated shit this entire video, I guess, but it's a very outdated way of thinking, at least in terms of the non-violent offenders.
keep environments that breed crime, build more jails at the same time, market badness to the kids in the rhymes. Long as rich kids ain't dying, it's fine. Get them to the point where some are so lost they actually believe if they don't celebrate killing themselves off. It's because they're soft. Was Malcolm soft? Was Marley soft? Tell me, was Marcus Garvey soft? Well, was Muhammad Ali soft? Nah, I think not, but they want us to think that the road is cool. Being on road is all we could do. We don't control the wholesale productions. Who benefits from us moving the food? All thinking there's no way out of road life, but Malcolm X used to hustle on the roadside. And Marcus Garvey organized more than 6 million people with
I love that he's dropping Malcolm X references.
Facebook or Twitter. Why is it something you can't eat? One of my own homeboys did a 10 straight in the boxing yard. Now what's he doing? Passing his doctorate. Don't tell me that it's too hard. Who trained you to believe you're inferior? Son won't ever do in
I like that. He did 10 years in the box, and then he's off and getting his doctorate. I like that. I like that.
Nigeria are the remains of an ancient moat dug 1,000 years ago. 20 meters wide, 70 down. Round the remains of an ancient town. There's 400 square miles around. 400 square miles around. Please don't believe me. It was a documentary on BBC, but we ain't studying history. Too busy watching MTV, and MTV said
That's enough. Dude, this guy's just dropping criticisms that are accurate of society, at least in the US, left and right. I like this guy.
wear platinum. Now everybody wanna go and wear platinum, and MTV said pop magnums. Now everybody wanna go and pop magnum. If MTV said drink prune juice, you can start hearing that in tune soon. Hey, today I wore my Cartier. Is it now more important what I got to say? Oh, when I drive a Mercedes, by the way, so everybody listen to what I got to say. Does that make you all happy? But it's my head still nappy. Think
You mentioned materialism earlier. MTV's propagates that a lot, and that's why I don't watch MTV anymore. In fact, I don't really think I ever have, excuse me, fly, but yeah, there's a false equivalency between monetary gain and owning whatever it may be, the next hot item, and happiness, and that's complete bullshit.
for myself, so some mad at me. But on the mic, ain't not one bad as me. All of this here's good for the rhymes. Put us in the same place at the same time, and it's clear to everybody I'm out of my mind. Some of these guys are running out of their rhymes. Clear to everybody that has got ears. I'm the guy that they just might fear that they want to get near, but they can't have a peer all day. I'm hard liquor, you're just like beer. Front on the kid for another 5 years. Come to my shows and some criteria mean that much to him. It's a movement. I don't speak for myself, but a unit. Black, white, man, woman. Anyone who respects truth, we put in. Dudes are like no dinner, we're just pudding. Yeah, you're sweet, but no substance pudding. You can never ever be with a level on. All songs get played out there in Lebanon. We
Sweet,
speak for
but
the
no
people
substance, I
properly,
like
not
it.
for the old fat guys in offices and the girls love him. Ain't fair, you can't even be bothered to comb his hair. Anyway, that's enough kissing my own ass. Back to the more important task of being so shower. I got half the hood screaming, knowledge is power. And I ain't saying that'll change.
Knowledge is power, yes.
You know this for a fact. Right now there's a youth on your block with his hands on his face screwed up. So he don't care, don't give a that he won't let nobody call his bluff, but the words go in. Open your shackles, once that's happened, there is no going backwards. You start to see what is really happening. Who the enemy you should be attacking is. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read. Don't let them say what you can achieve. Because when people are enslaved, one of the first things they do is stop them reading.
That's true. If you're reading can be very helpful. There is, I mean, reading is a form of education, so that's what he's trying to argue. Fuck. Sorry, fly. Where was I? So what they want to do is they want to restrict your access to information and gain perspective because they want to keep you, I guess what he's arguing is that they want to keep you stupid, or stupid, even though intelligence is, I mean, that's a different thing, but yeah, they want you to have less perspective and they want you to believe that you don't have a way out, even though you do. So I guess that's what he's getting at.
Because it is well understood that intelligent people will take their freedom. Because if we knew our power, we would understand we can't be held down if we knew our power. We would not elevate not one of these clowns if we knew our power. We wouldn't get arrogant when we get 2 pennies if we knew our power.
If we knew our power, we would not elevate one of these clowns. I think, yeah, to some degree we are complicit in it, but a lot of the time it's just the powerful consolidating their power that makes them elevated to that position. Like if you are able to present yourself in a way that makes you look a certain way, like makes you look fabulously wealthy, makes you look like a influencer, makes you, I mean, there's any number of things, there's any number of ways that you can present yourself that'll get people interested. And if you take them at face value, especially if they're fake, then that's dangerous.
We would see what everybody sees that we're rich already. But never mind MCs, go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough, back to you worshipping money. I'm off, back to the study.
Another criticism of materialism at the end there. I love the hype guy. And I'm gonna cut it off here. So, pardon me for the fly, but I like this guy. He dropped a lot of criticisms in, oh, I mean, I live in the US, obviously, so I'm not quite sure if the correlation between the two societies, but it seems like a lot of it is the same. There's probably a lot of difference too, but most of what I'm seeing, at least if he's speaking about the UK society, is the same as it is in the US. Again, there's going to be socioeconomic differences, there's going to be the, I guess you could say, the governing class differences, but when it comes to him talking about like the rich get richer at the expense of the poor, and the poor are usually either in prison or drug addicted or both, that's very much a thing. It's becoming less and less of a thing as society progresses, but it is still very much a thing, even though it's outdated. I do like his emphasis on reading. I kind of stuttered there a little bit because I'm still trying to actually think of something smart to say in response to that. But knowledge is power, so you can equate knowledge and reading as the same thing in that aspect. Don't get so caught up on materialism, because materialism only gets you so far. It's just money, and what really should be emphasized, at least in society, is your own personal power. The more you believe in your own personal power, the more likely you are to attempt to escape, if not escape, um, your prior, I guess you could say, prisons. I'm going to say that plural. Um, Whether mental or socioeconomical or whatever it may be. This was actually quite insightful. I enjoyed it. Um, I think I'm gonna have to look up more of this guy. Yeah, so that was my reaction. If you enjoyed it and my rambling for about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, then feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and suggest something for me to react to along these lines in the comments below if you actually watch this video. Thanks, guys. Bye.